What's up, guys? Magicalibra here today, and I have a Christmas edition Dark Magician deck profile for you guys. For the current meta of 2021 in December, we have the Dark Magician deck profile. So, before I get into the video, guys, I wanted to make a few things clear out of the way. If you missed the Brothers of Legend opening that we did, the live opening that I posted and went live for, we pulled the Starlight Rare Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I'm gonna start calling it Starlight Red Eye. Red Eyes Starlight Dragoon. I don't know. But the Starlight Rare that I do want is a Scarlet Red Dragon. So I can say Starlight Scarlet. So anyway, that's just me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into the video, guys. So if I did not post it already, if you guys want me to explain why we play each individual card in the deck, I will leave a link down in the description below for you guys to go watch why we play each individual card in the deck. I will explain the new text I'm playing in the deck, however, because I believe in the video that I'm leaving in the description does not have some of the cards in this deck profile. So I will explain those. So, of course, we are playing... we are first going to go over the Dark Magician core, and then we do play two Dark Magicians, but we're going to go over the core first, and then we'll go over the cards that we play to help support the rest of the core. So for the core of the Dark Magician deck, we have, of course, our Ghost Rare Dark Magician. And now that we have a Ghost Rare and a Starlight, I am waiting. That is 2 down, 3 to go. So, or I guess 1 to go. We are waiting for the Ghost Rare Dark Magician Girl. So that is something that I really want to get a playset of, so I can play the Ghost Rare Dark Magician and Girl and a Starlight Dragoon all in the same deck, which is really nice. Of course, I'm not playing with the Ghost Rare or the Starlight in the actual deck. I'm playing with regular other versions, because those are like some of my most expensive cards that I own. So, of course, we're playing the one Dark Magician, the one Dark Magician Girl, and this is before the branded fusion setup that we have. So next, a lot of people will disagree, but it helps with combos. Trust me, guys, just play 3, you will appreciate it. And that is 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician. It helps with special summoning, link plays. It also helps with boosting. What a lot of people don't know is that this Apprentice Illusion, it does not target. It's not once per turn, so it can boost your Dragoon because it's a Dark Spellcaster. So that's something a lot of people don't know because they don't think about it. But it's Dark Magician, guys. It's not here for fun, laughs, and giggles. We're here to win. So we're not here just to play around with this card. This card helps us. It truly helps us. The only time it bricks is that your entire hand is empty and you draw into it. That's the only time it bricks. And usually if that happens, you don't brick unless you don't control a Dark Spellcaster. That is the only scenario where this card bricks you. It's not really that slow. It helps combo. It's a very good combo piece. And I picked up 3 copies of this card. This is really nice. I bumped up my rarity of the Magician's Souls. Very nice. Loving the secret rare. Looks really nice. So basically, of course, Magician's Souls is the soul of the deck. It sends from deck to grave as a cost to activate the effect to do such effects, which means it cannot be Ash Blossomed. However, the effect to draw cards can be Ash Blossomed, so that's something to keep in mind. Really, really great card. If you guys want to know more about this card, go check out the link in the description where I explain how you properly use it. For our Stratos of the deck, we do play 3 Magician's Rod. Very nice card. Searches in your Dark Magician related spells and traps, and has a really neat grave effect. For the rest of the core, we play 3 Soul Servants. I wished I had first edition, but I do not. They're all unlimited versions, so sadly, yuck. But they're still Soul Servants, and they work perfectly. So, basically, this card, it top decks any of your Dark Magician related cards on top of your deck, and it's a pot of greed for the most part, so it's a really great card. You should definitely be playing 3 of it. A lot of people like to play 3 of it. I'm playing 2, of course. 2 Dark Magical Circle. Really helps great with the banish effect and top decking, or I guess stacking your deck, the top 3 cards, whatever you want on top. You don't really want to play 3 of it, so you do want it in your hand, but you don't need it in your hand. You can also search it, so that's something you can do. We play 1 Secrets of Dark Magic. I really wish this would get a super rare upgrade or an ultra rare, maybe even a secret rare upgrade would be nice, but for right now we just have the rare, so I don't really have it in a skin tight sleeve because it's not a foil. So basically you play the Secrets of Dark Magic to fusion summon, and it does not just fusion summon the Dark Magicians, it fusion summons literally any of your fusion monsters that you have in the actual deck. The only restriction it has is that you have to use Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician in the fusion material in order to fuse this. The fusion material does not specifically need to list Dark Magician. You just need to use Dark Magician or Girl in order to fuse. So, of course, we play the 1 Salvation. Now, I did want to go over this, guys. Salvation is not a 3rd copy of Eternal Soul. It is a searcher for Eternal Soul. It gets to Eternal Soul quicker than playing 3 Eternal Souls. Basically, you limit the amount of Eternal Souls you play to 2 instead of 3 like we were doing. You play 2 Eternal Souls. So, I'm going to skip that song. Skip that song. Whoop. There you go. So, basically, the Salvation does that. So you limit yourself to 2 Eternal Souls, which we do play, but the Salvation does limit the amount of Eternal Souls that you play, but you get an additional effect to special summon the Dark Magician Girl or Magician from your grave, and vice versa. So that is the 20 card core of the deck. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. I'm not going to bend that Dark Magician. I'll leave it over there. So next, for more Dark Magician stuff, we have 1 Dark Magician, along with my favorite art of Red Eyes Black Dragon, 1 Red Eyes Fusion, and a Magicalized Fusion. The reason we're playing a 2nd copy of Dark Magician is because we intend to banish it for fusion material. If we did not need to banish the Dark Magician for fusion material, and we could just like shuffle it into the deck or return it to hand or something, we would not need to play 2 Dark Magicians. We could, in fact, just play 1 Dark Magician and the deck would run extremely smoothly. But we do need to banish it for fusion material a lot, so we play 2. That way we don't run out of Dark Magicians. Now, the reason why we are playing 1 Red Eyes Fusion and not 3 is because a lot of people say, oh, Red Eyes Fusion is the best starter you've got. It's the best. It's everything that you need. It's everything that you want to have in your hand. I'm just like, it's everything you want to have in your hand, but not me. My deck is designed to go full combo every time I have a hand. I don't brick with 2 starters, and once they get stopped, my hand is bricked like yours. No, sir. My hand, the other 3 cards can also still be played. So that's what my deck is based around, of just going full combo every game, all the time. Now there are, because you're playing normal monsters in the deck and some level 6 or higher monsters, specifically Dark Magician Girl, you do sometimes brick because of those cards, but generally you do not brick. You go full combo almost all the time in this deck. So that is what we are playing in the deck. So that's the Dragoon package. Also, I did want to mention, if they negate your Red Eyes Fusion, which is only 1 copy, if they negate your only 1 Predoplant, which is only 1 copy, it's fine. Don't cry over spilt milk. Dragoon is not your boss monster. Everybody will tell you Dragoon is your boss monster. It's our go-to card. That's what we go into first, because Dragoon's just that great. That doesn't mean he's my boss monster. It just means that he's a really great card to have. If I lose him, I lose him. I don't... For you, if you lose him, you actually lose. For me, oh, okay, he's gone, cool. I'll get him back, or I'll special something out different. You know, I'm going to play over your cards, and I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to beat you. It's just inevitable. If you get that one up on me, great, cool, fantastic. So, For the next one card engine in the deck, we have the Spellbook engine, which helps thin the deck to get to our cards a lot faster, which is one Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, one Spellbook of Secrets, and one Spellbook of Knowledge, guys. So basically, you don't ever want to normal summon this unless you have no normal summons in your hand and cannot get to Rod. That's the only situation where you want to normal summon this. Because this card searches this card searches this card sends either one of these from hand or this from field to draw 2 cards. So you thin your deck by 4 cards, and if you want to include him, then it's 5 cards. So yeah, so that is the Spellbook engine, guys. Really helps with 1-card combos. That way you don't really brick a whole lot. Now we are going to include this in the Spellbook engine, which it's basically draw support. That's what it is. It's draw support. The Upstart Goblin really pairs off well, even though it's limited. If it got semi-limited, again, I really would like that. We might play 2 of it. But for right now, it's a really great one of. It pairs off well with Rod. If you have Rod and Upstart, that's Dragoon immediately. It also pairs off well with the Soul Servant, because you'll play the Soul Servant top deck. The card you want, activate Upstart to draw it, and then you can save the Soul Servant to banish and draw 2 for later once you get the materials on the field or in the grave. So it's a really nice card to pair off well with that. For the next 1-card engine, we have the Sky Striker engine, and this engine I don't believe is in my other deck that I put in the link in the description. So I will explain what these cards do. For those of you who do know, you know what it is. You can go ahead and skip to the end. So Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage. All of the Sky Striker spells say if you control no monsters in the main monster zone, you can activate it. So this card adds 1 Sky Striker spell from your deck to your hand. And if you have 3 or more spells in your grave after you activate it, you're allowed to draw 1 card. So that's also really nice. You play 1 Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones, which is the card you'll be searching off of Engage. The Hornet Drones is the reason why I'm trying to straighten these, but they just don't want us to be straight. The Hornet Drones is the reason why we are playing Dark Cavalry in our extra deck, because Hornet Drones makes Dark Cavalry meta. If you can resolve Hornet Drones, because Hornet Drones special summons a warrior token, which is a dark level 1, by the way. If you can resolve that and get out the token and going full combo with the Striker package, you can get out Dark Cavalry, possibly Verte, activate Verte, use Dark Cavalry to negate their card to negate Verte, and then you resolve Verte anyway and get out Dragoon and Dark Cavalry with 2 cards in your hand to discard with both. So it's also really nice. The other Sky Striker card that I don't actually own is the Sky Striker Mecha Bow something. It looks like Flint. You know the spell card Flint? The Sky Striker spell looks like Flint, like the picture. Basically what that spell does, control no monsters in the main monster zone like the rest of them. You target one of your opponent's effect monsters, negate its effects for the rest of the turn. And I believe you either banish it or special summon it to your side of the field. It's one of the two. It might be both. I don't remember. But it's a really great card because I know it's a quick play and it negates your opponent's effect monster by targeting it. So it's also a really great card to do so. And it's searchable with the Engage as well. Sometimes you'll start off with Hornet Drones and the extra Engage. If you're only playing the 2, the Engage in your deck will be dead. So you're going to want to play a 3rd spell. That way the Engage, you kind of ensure it a little bit that it's not dead. If you don't have the spell on you and you just need to play a card in order to go into a tournament, I recommend playing Call by the Grave if you don't have the Bow Sky Striker card. Because Call by the Grave is really great, and I did main deck it until I started playing that other Sky Striker spell. So that is the Sky Striker engine. Basically, if you want to know how it works, I'll explain real quick. You'll activate Engage. You'll search Hornet Drones. You'll play Hornet Drones, special the token, link the token off into one of the Sky Striker cards, which is Kagari. Activate the Kagari, add back the Hornet Drones from the grave, link that Kagari off into the other Sky Striker monster that points downward to give you an extra link zone. Then you activate the Hornet Drones, special the token, and then link the token off into a Link Karibo. Now you've got, from one card, you've got a Link Karibo and a Scry Striker effect monster, which are both effect monsters. You link those into Verte, then summon Dragoon, all from just one card, leaving you with 4 extra cards in your hand to do something with. So basically that's what the Sky Striker package is for. Alright. Next up, for our Negate You cards, I believe I have 10 or 9. Let's see. I have 9. Sorry about that. It was 10 for a while, but I cut it down for the deck and the Sky Striker package. So, starting off, we have, I took out I took out the one of the cards to play this card, because I realized I did not have back row removal at all in my side deck or my main deck. I had Circle, but that's not really a back row removal, but it can be. So what I did was I decided to put back the Dark Magic attack into my deck. I had it taken out for a long time, but now it's back in, and now my deck is now officially Team Dark Magic Attack. So that is also something. Basically, it's a searchable, it's Dark Magic Attack. You're playing Dark Magician. You should know all your Dark Magician related cards in your archetype. You search this card off with the Eternal Soul to discard it with Dragoon, or you search it with the Eternal Soul to use it to remove your opponent's back row. So it's really nice. You generally control Dark Magician for the most part. We have one Mystic Mind. We're only playing the one copy of it. You don't really need like more than one. If you end up needing that, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, you control your opponent's board and you attack and kill them. So that's generally how we play the deck. We also play the one Super Poly because in my locals, this is really meta relevant. There's a lot of people playing DPE. If you don't know what that stands for, it stands for Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer. Yes, the new Destiny Hero Fusion monster that came out, where you pop a card and itself, bring it back next turn, do the same thing over and over and over. So this, basically, you Super Poly their DPE and your Dark Magician to fuse into a Dark Cavalry, or because it's a fusion and a dark, you could summon the Predaplant Dragos Stapelia, or because they're both dark, you could summon the Starving Venom Fusion. It all just works out. It all works out. So, for the traps of the deck, and we are playing 2 Eternal Souls already, so this is just more traps. I believe it's 8 traps total. We have, of course, the one Skill Drain. I wished I had a higher rarity of the card, but dadgum, the card's so dumb expensive. It's like, the regular rare, I think, is $5. So I'm just like, I think I'll just stick to the one card I have. It's limited anyway. No point in upgrading it till I get money. The other cards I play are the 2 Solemn Strikes. So they are really nice, helping you negate your opponent because it's a counter. So you know you're always going to do it unless they have a counter trap to negate Solemn Strike. Generally a red reboot, but for the most part they don't. So you generally resolve the Solemn Strike. Now, I do want to mention a new tech I plan on putting into the deck. Right now, the Solemn Strike works. It just works. But I'm working on a new tech where I take the 2 Solemn Strikes out and replace them with 2 Ultimate Providence, which is also a counter trap. That is basically Solemn Judgment and Strike together in one card, where it says if your opponent activates a spell or trap or monster effect, you can discard the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap, to negate and destroy that card. So it's counter trap. It's really nice. It just depends on what you have in your hand. Now, if you want to just pay your life points to negate a special summon or monster effect, that's fine. The Ultimate Providence does not negate a summon, but it does negate a spell, trap, and monster effects, which are very generic. You just don't get to negate a summon. So it's up to you to want to negate a special summon or monster effect, or if you want to play the Judgment to negate a summon or spell or trap effect, or just play the Ultimate Providence to negate any effect of those 3. Also, with Ultimate Providence, you don't pay life points. So it's up to you. For the last 3 traps, I play 3 summon limit. I do want to upgrade my 2 summon limits to the ultra rare eventually. But for right now, I've just got the 2 commons. You'll have to forgive me. Going first, I do love playing 3 summon limits. Going second, I side them out because I know I'm going second. My opponent's going to already summon their cards. I won't be able to activate it, so I just take it out. All of them. So, it's easy 3 cards to take out. Really love it going first. Because you don't activate it immediately. You activate it on your opponent's second summon. Because if you do that, then they're locked. But if you do it immediately before they summon at all, then they have options. They can summon a monster on their first or second summon that would pop the summon limit. So you got to play it smart. So that is the main deck, guys. That is a 40 card deck. Now we're going to move on into the extra deck. Of course, we have our ultra rare Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and our Starlight rare Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Really nice. It's a 2 of right now. It is definitely mandatory to play 2. It is not your boss monster, but it's a really great card to get out because it's a negate, guys. Negates are nice. So basically, you get it out. You get to pop your opponent's monsters. You always have a negate. Don't shotgun your Dragoon just because it has a negate. Make sure you negate an important card that you think is absolutely important. Combo pieces are generally not that important. You want to negate one of their big cards. So that's what you do with the Dragoon. If you don't wish to summon the second Dragoon, you can also summon a Quintet. Because sometimes summoning Quintet first turn is like legit all you have. Because sometimes you get bricked. And the only thing you can do is legit pitch 5 spellcasters into the grave and use Predaplant to banish them with Magicalibra Fusion and summon out your Quintet. First turn, because it's very hard to get over a Quintet because you can't kaiju it, you can't use it as super poly, and you cannot destroy it by card effects. And it's a 4,500 beat stick and 45 wall. So if you summon it first turn, you're going to want to summon it in defense. That way they have to get over 45, at least by 50 points. So, yeah. The fun thing about this is that this is also a super poly target. Literally every fusion monster you play in your deck is super poly target. The only fusion spell we play that we cannot use on any of our other fusions is the Red Eyes Fusion. Every other fusion spell we play can be used on any of our other fusion monsters to summon them. So that's a really neat thing I've noticed about the deck that is awesome. So basically, if you're going against pure Dogmatica, which is really nice because they're all spellcasters, they'll get out like 4 spellcasters and you'll just summon the 1 or 2 that you need, and you'll do super poly and you'll use your 1 or 2 and their 3 or 4 just to get out Quintet, because 5 monsters. And if they're all different names, you get to pop the rest of your opponent's cards. So it's really nice. For the actual Dark Magician monsters, we have 1 copy of the Dark Magicians. This pairs off really well with your Soul Servant, because you'll get this out. You'll do Soul Servant to top deck the Eternal Soul. Use that effect to set the Eternal Soul by drawing it. And then you can activate the Eternal Soul, bringing back Dark Magician. So that's also really nice. Another neat combo to play with this card is with the Circle. You play the Circle, and then maybe you'll have like a Skill Drain on top or like a Solemn Strike, and you put that on top, and then you can do his effect to draw it and then set it, and you'll be able to activate the Skill Drain or Solemn Strike that turn, which is really nice. Also, the Dark Cavalry, we play 1 Dark Cavalry. It is now meta because of the Sky Striker package, which is an old package, and I am coming back into Dark Magician. I've been in it for a while now. As you know, I quit back in 2018. I come back in 20. So I missed 2 years worth of bunch of support that was played in Dark Magician. Sky Strikers came out a while back, and I didn't know what they were until literally a month ago. I was like, oh, hey, I can use that, So I started playing it in my deck, and it works out really well. It's a great 1-card combo, because 1-card combos are like the best. So basically, as I mentioned before, you summon the Dark Cavalry with the Warrior Token or your opponent's DPE, which is also a Warrior Fusion, so it works out great. For our Super Power targets, we have, of course, Starving Venom with 2 2 dark monsters on the field in order to fusion summon it. Gotta remember that it only destroys your opponent's special summoned monsters. If you saw my latest video of Dark Magician versus Oh God, I misplayed this card because I thought it just said destroy all your opponent's monsters. Because the guy was playing Obelisk. I was like, all right, I'll do that. But he normal summoned the Obelisk. He didn't special. So, big suck. It sucked bad. The other super power target is your Predaplant Dragos Depilia. There is a new Predaplant fusion monster coming out. That's a dragon type fusion monster that says Predaplant in the name, which is really nice. I believe it's 1 dark fusion monster and 1 dark monster. Which is the requirement, and it also has a negate, which is really cool. So people are playing DPE, so you can use that and your dark monster, so that's really nice. But for right now, we're playing this because this also has a negate. You wait for your opponent to activate the effect monster's effect, and then you activate this, and you put a counter on it, and it resolves, and then it basically negates that activated effect. So that is it for the fusions, guys. Let's go ahead and move on into the links. For the links, we have 1 M-Duck. In this version of the deck, the M-Duck actually is not needed, but it was before. So now I'm kind of tempted on taking it out because it's no longer really needed in the deck. Unless they negate the Predaplant, and then they negate the Super Poly, and then all you got left is the Secrets or the Magicalized. And even if the Magicalized gets negated, all you got left is the Secrets. Then you may need it, but them negating those other 3 cards, they got a lot of negates going on. So that's also something to worry about. But I'm still playing it because, you know, it was required before and now it's not as much. So it's still good. It also has an additional effect where if you were to attack the monster directly located in front of it, it destroys it before damage calculation. So that's also a really nice effect it has. And it's a win. So you can summon the win because the stupid win token, like, the win statue is very annoying when your opponent plays it. You also play the 1 Artemis. It is still mandatory to play the Artemis because it's another spellcaster. It's a light type, so that helps out with the new support coming out. And basically, you just link this card off with your rod to get the rod into the grave to use its effect for later. But you don't want to summon this card first turn or early on. You want to keep it in your extra deck for later. Because it's definitely useful for later. You can link the rod off with a Predaplant, guys, so don't waste your Artemis. It is very valuable. Now for the Sky Striker package, we are playing 1 Link Karibo because the token is a level 1. So you link the level 1 with the Link Karibo, and you make an effect monster with it. So it's really nice. Next, we have the Sky Striker Ace Kaina. The Kaina, basically, I got this listed backwards. So, let me list it backwards for you. So, you have the Sky Striker Ace Kagari. Because I know it's a little backwards. I'm changing it up, but I'm explaining why and the card you have in the deck. So, the Kagari, you activate that token like I did before. You summon the Kagari, which adds the token back. I already explained this. And then you go into the Kaina. And then you go into the Link Karibo. So these are the 3 mandatory slots that you do need in the extra deck for the Sky Striker Ace cards. Now, the Kaina, you don't technically need this. You could play the Sky Striker Ace. I don't remember what the name of it is. But this one, this card points this way. The other one is like a gray color and it points that way. You literally need one of those 2 because it points downward, so you can special the token and then special the Link Karibo underneath it. So that's why you play that. This one just lets you have a the first effect says if it's special summoned, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack until the end of the opponent's turn. So that's really nice to have. The other one says that it can attack directly. So that's a neat effect. I like to prevent my opponent from attacking with it, make them link it off, make them get rid of it, or let them keep it. So yeah. Also, this one, if you resolve a Sky Striker spell, you gain 100 life points. So hey, look, 81. So yeah. Next off for the mandatory links that we play, of course, we're going to need the 1 Predaplant. If it gets negated, big whoop. Stop crying over spilt milk. this deck plays around your pedal plant. You activate your pedal plant, they negate it. You burned your Red Eyes Fusion and 2K. You're left with 6. Keep going, man. Just keep going. Do something. You can do it. In this deck, you can do it. Of course, we play the one Selene Queen of Master Magicians. It really helps with summoning back literally any spellcaster monster in your grave. But you want to summon back an effect monster to go into the Link 4, which is an access code talker, which I have ordered. It is on its way in the mail, but because Christmas is going to take a while. So if you don't have an access code talker, or you can't afford an access code talker like me, like I legit could not afford it until like extremely recently. So that's why. If you can't afford it like how I couldn't have like a while back, you could play the optional, which is my favorite, a Topologic Bomber Dragon. It has the same summoning conditions. You need 2 or more effect monsters, just like Access Code Talker. Easy to summon with Selene, because you'll do Selene, that's 1 effect. Summon back another effect, that's 2 effects. So Link 3 plus the effect equals 4. So you meet the conditions to summon the Access Code or the Topologic. Basically, this is a once per turn Dark Hole effect for all main deck or all main Monster Zone monsters, and it leaves the Link Zones untouched. So it's once per turn Dark Hole, and if you attack with it and destroy a monster, hopefully it's an attack, so you'll deal damage to them, and then you'll inflict damage to them based on their attack, or you just attack the defense and you inflict damage to their attack. So it's also a really nice card to play. And that is all of the extra deck, guys. So let's go ahead and move on into the side deck. So for the side deck, if you're going against those stupid wind statues with the Simorgs and all them, because they love special summoning out that wind statue, you can side deck the 2 Godarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju. It's a moth, guys, and it's a wind. So it gets rid of the Kaiju because you're special summoning wind to get rid of the wind. If you were to try to use any other Kaiju that's not wind, or any other card to special summon to get rid of the wind, that monster that you special summon would need to be a wind. If you try to fuse off the wind Kaiju, or if you try to fuse off the wind statue, the monster you want to fusion summon needs to be a wind. So that's why we play the Kaijus. That way we easily get rid of it and go full combo. Next up, we have 2 Nibiru's, really nice. I wanted to play 3, but I cut it back down to 2 because it's good at 2. It just works at 2. So, next up, I have a very spicy build, or I guess tech in the deck, and that is 3 Secret Village of the Spellcasters. You will have to forgive me for the 2 commons. I know there's a secret rare and an ultimate rare of this. I believe there's an ultimate rare. I know there's a secret rare. I have the super rare and I have 2 commons, so you'll have to forgive me for that. I plan to update it eventually if it keeps working as well as it does. But basically, I was main decking 1 of it, but I took this one out to play the Sky Striker spell. So that's a very recent change. But playing 3 of this is really great because your opponent generally does not play any spellcasters like at all. So that is a really nice tech to put in. And now if your opponent is playing spellcasters, then you absolutely want to take this card out immediately because you do not want to lock your own self out of playing spell cards. And speaking of spell cards, we do play 3 Dark Ruler No Mores. It's a really nice card for siding in going second to negate all of your opponent's effect monsters on the field that are face up. And they cannot respond to this card's activation if they are monsters. So, big whoop. Big sad for you. And a great card to pair off with this card is 3 Evenly Matched, because you'll activate the Dark Ruler No More going second, negate all their effect monsters, then enter battle phase, attempt to end battle phase, activate evenly. Their monsters are negated, so they can't activate their effects. So you'll do evenly, and you'll banish like all of their cards on their field except 1, because evenly is on the field. So they still get to keep 1 card of their choice. But you banish them face down. So that's really nice. And now I had to cut this next card down to 2 to make it a 15-card side deck, and that is 2 Ice Dragon's Prison, which I recently found out Ice Dragon's Prison is getting a common reprint in the Fallen of Albaz, the Albaz Strike structure deck, which is, and Pot of Extravagance is, there's a lot of common, really meta-heavy staples that are being reprinted in that structure deck, and I heard that structure deck is going to be a little bit more pricey than $10 like most structure decks. I'm definitely going to be picking up a lot of them, a lot more than 3, because I know that sealed product is going to go up, up, up in value. So I'm going to grab as much as I can and sell them later. So, anyways, the Ice Dragon's Prison, that I kind of got off beat with that. The 2 Ice Dragon's Prisons are really great, really meta relevant to banish your opponent's monsters, because your opponent is playing a lot of archetypes in decks. So a lot of archetype decks generally have the same type of monster. So you do Ice Dragon's Prison, target their monster in grave, special it, then banish that monster and one of your opponent's monsters. So really nice. So that is the entire side deck for the Dark Magician deck. This is the most current meta relevant Dark Magician deck out there right now. And I've seen quite a lot of other players playing the same build as me or very similar, so that is also something I took notice to, and I wanted to post my deck profile and how I play the deck, because not a whole lot of people, they're playing the Sky Striker, but they're not playing the Dark Cavalry, which is something you can easily get out in this deck profile. So that's something I just wanted to post for you guys, especially because today is Christmas Day, and I wanted to wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys have a Happy New Year. And I should be posting a few videos before now and New Year, so that'll also happen. So I wanted to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, and I wanted to ask you guys to please comment down below what was your favorite part about today's video and what cards you think I should and should not be playing in the deck. In my opinion, playing the traps are a very slow way of playing. So you set and pass, and that's it. You get to do stuff on your opponent's turn, but you get to draw 1 card on your next turn if you survive, and then what? You're not going deep into your deck. You're not digging the cards out you need in order to go full combo. So that's what this deck is meant to do. So, anyways, without further ado, thanks guys for watching all the way in. Also, if you did not know, we have a Discord group chat called Team DMA, standing for Team Dark Magic Attack. So if you guys are Dark Magician players, I strongly invite you guys to go join that Discord group chat. There's a link down in the description below. Also, I have my Discord username down in there that you can type in and send me a friend request. Just in case the link does not work, you can send me a friend request and I'll personally invite you myself. It is a small group and we're trying to make it bigger and bigger. So if you guys play Dark Magician, definitely join that Discord group chat. It is on Discord. It's free to download. I would definitely recommend getting it. So anyways, without further ado, guys, thanks for watching all the way to the end, and I wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. Don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to sub. Just kidding.